Good day, class! Our lesson for today is about composing clear and coherent sentences using coordinating and subordinating conjunctions for English 5, Quarter 1, Module 4, Lesson 3. This video contains information published by the Department of Education in line with MEL. We do not assert ownership on the material being used. What you need to know. In this module, you will learn about conjunctions or words that serve as connectors of ideas. Ideas which are connected properly sound pleasant and clear. So, if you want to know how to do this, pay special attention to me to the lesson in this module. With the help of this module, you will learn to identify coordinating and subordinating conjunctions used in sentences. Join clauses using correct conjunctions. And compose clear and coherent sentences using correct conjunctions. What you know. For activity 1, directions, fill in the blanks by picking the appropriate conjunction from the box. For example, Andrew needs to be quarantined within 14 days because he got exposed to a person infected with COVID-19. So, start now and write your answers in your notebook. The choices are, you have here, for, that, when, and, or. Number 1. The OFWs are still in Manila, blank, they are not allowed to leave. Number 2. To ensure our safety, stay home, blank, wash hands frequently. Number 3. Doctors say blank COVID-19 will last for a few years. Number 4. Airports, terminals, and malls were temporarily closed, blank, President declared the ECQ. And number 5. Which do you like better? Chicken adobo, blank, pork sisig. Next, directions. Combine the sentences into one by using a correct coordinating or subordinating conjunction. For example, we have letter A and letter B sentences. For letter A, we have virus cannot be seen by our naked eyes. Letter B, we need to observe health protocols at all times. So, the answer is, virus cannot be seen by our naked eyes, so we need to observe health protocols at all times. So, number 1, letter A sentence, the Philippines declared an enhanced community quarantine or ECQ to fight the coronavirus. Letter B sentence, COVID-19 cases are still rising each day. For number 2, letter A, many people infected with the coronavirus don't have symptoms. Letter B, COVID-19 is difficult to track and stop. Let's move on to number 3. Letter A, let's support our health workers. Letter B, they will be able to fight the disease better. And what's in? You have learned in the past that you can make sentences longer by adding words or writing sentences that have many ideas. In this module, you will learn to add two separate sentences or clauses with the help of special connectors so that you can say or write more and make your ideas clear. Let's observe how the first sentence becomes longer as we add more words. We have, a spider bit a boy, and another we have, a spider bit a teenage boy. And so, a mysterious spider bit a teenage boy named Peter Parker. Now, let's check the next one. We have, Dwayne Johnson is a former heavyweight wrestler. Another, John Cena is also a former heavyweight wrestler. So, we come up with Dwayne Johnson and John Cena are former heavyweight wrestlers. You have seen that in the first example, we made the sentence longer by adding new ideas. In the second example, we did not add new ideas, but we combined existing ideas into one using a connector. Now, let's read the two paragraphs below and study their differences. Paragraph 1. A fable is a story. It is a story that teaches a moral lesson. The characters may be animals. The characters may also be inanimate objects. Examples of inanimate objects are spoon, sky, book, wind, tree, and many others. Paragraph 2. A fable is a story that teaches a moral lesson. Its characters may be animals or inanimate objects like spoon, sky, book, wind, and many others. Did you notice that the two paragraphs talk about the same thing? However, what differences have you observed? Which sound simpler and easier to read? You're right. The second paragraph is easier to read because it is shorter. The sentences in the first paragraph have been combined by using the some words like that and or. These words are connectors that link related ideas together. Do the words for, and, nor, but, or, so that, and when, which you came across in Activity 1 look familiar? Do you remember these words in previous lessons? What is their function in the sentences based on the activities that you have just answered? In case you have forgotten or have not heard about the words, yet do not worry, for you will know more about them in this lesson. So, let's start now. What are conjunctions? There is one class of words in the English language that acts like a bridge. This is called conjunction. It is basically a word connector that enables you to connect two or more words, phrases, and clauses together. Conjunctions do their job by connecting separate words or word groups into something longer. Observe the examples below. Conjunctions can join words. Say, for example, we have Manny Pacquiao and Coco Martin. So, Manny Pacquiao or Coco Martin, they are both connected by conjunction or. Next, phrases. We have contact tracing of suspected patients and rapid testing of frontline workers. So, we're going to combine these phrases. So, we have contact tracing of suspected patients and as our connector or conjunction. Then, rapid testing of frontline workers. Number 3, we have the clauses. People are afraid to go out and coronavirus is spreading. We're going to combine these two clauses. We have people are afraid to go out because the coronavirus is spreading. So people are afraid to go out and the coronavirus is spreading are being connected by the conjunction because. In each of the examples, you will see that a conjunction has been used to connect or link the two separate items into one expression. Without conjunctions, you will speak with a lot of pauses. You will be forced to stop everything you begin with a new separate idea. Having the knowledge about conjunctions helps you express your thoughts better. Now that you have seen the basic process in which conjunctions combine words, you are ready to study their different types. So the types of conjunction, there are mainly two types of conjunction. We have coordinating conjunction and subordinating conjunction. Let's start with coordinating conjunction. This type of conjunction connects words, phrases, and clauses of equal rank or importance. For example, when you say we need water and food to survive, you see the conjunction and that connects water and food. The use of and indicates that both ideas are important. Likewise, in I listened to the news and I followed your advice, both actions are equally important to the speaker. Basically, there are 7 coordinating conjunctions. To remember all this, you might want to learn one of these acronyms. So you can have the acronym FUNBOYS, YAFNOBS, another acronyms, or FUNIBUS. F stands for A stands for and, N stands for nor, B stands for but, O stands for or, Y for yet, and S for so. Here are more examples of coordinating conjunctions. Read along with me silently and try to get familiar with the structure of the sentences. Number 1, a bowl of ginataan is sweet and delicious. Number 2, a hot lomi can be eaten using a fork or spoon. Number 3, Mona went to school but no one was there. Number 4, I don't waste a single drop of my vitamins for it is expensive. Number 5, Lily ignored her ice cream so I ate it myself. Number 7 or number 6, my grandma doesn't love yellow, yet she always waters her sunflowers in the garden. And number 7, Tommy doesn't like to eat seashells, nor does he touch it on the table. Notice that commas are added in items 3 to 7. Commas must be added when the coordinating conjunctions join clauses. The comma is inserted at the end of the first clause and right before the coordinating conjunction that begins the second clause. Coordinating conjunctions will not be difficult to understand if you keep in mind the fanboys. Let's move on now to subordinating conjunction. This conjunction joins group of words that are not equal in rank or importance. They use other conjunctions which are not part of fanboys. For example, I will buy a new smartphone when I save enough money. Another example, if you don't study your lesson well, you will have a failing grade. In the first sentence above, the most important thing that the person is thinking about is his plan of buying a new smartphone, not saving money. Saving money is just the next important thing. In the second sentence, you will have a failing grade is more important, while if you don't study your lesson well is just the second important idea. How did you know this? What is your clue? Simple. Just look at the words when and if. They are subordinating conjunctions, and these conjunctions are always written at the beginning of the less important idea. When you see them, you can tell that part of the sentence is the less important idea. In order to make it easier to use them, you need to memorize these common subordinating conjunctions. After, if, though, where, although, only, till, wherever, as, since, unless, while, because, that, until, before, then, and whenever. What's more? Activity 1, directions, match the main clause of column A with the subordinate clause in column B. So you have for column A, we have number 1, Don Pepe is super rich. Number 2, Nicole feels excited. Number 3, the sky turned dark. Number 4, many knights tried to pull the sword out of the rock. And number 5, obey the law. For column B or box B, letter A, and it started to rain. Letter B, yet he is not happy. Letter C, or you will be arrested. Letter D, for she will finally visit Disneyland or Disneyland. Letter E, but it did not budge. And letter F, so he became sad. Now, activity 2, directions, match the main clause in column A with the correct subordinating conjunction and subordinate clause in column B. So, column A or box A, number 1, the people were listening eagerly, blank. Number 2, this is the place, blank. Number 3, blank, he remained poor. Number 5, or number 4 rather, she began to cry. And number 5, blank, she became angry. For box or column B, letter A, although he worked hard. Letter B, because she had lost her golden chain. Letter C, while the leader was speaking. Letter D, when she learned that I lied. And letter E, where I left my bike. What you have learned. Always remember that the conjunctions play an important role in the communication process. Without them, we cannot compose ideas into sentences coherently and clearly. They serve as a bridge between clauses and phrases to essentially make the sentences meaningful and logical. Do not be confused with the two. A coordinating conjunction is used when you want to give emphasis to two main clauses, while a subordinating conjunction emphasizes the idea in the main clause more than the one in the subordinate clause. One good technique to remember coordinating conjunctions is by means of a familiar acronym such as FANBOYS. An acronym is composed of letters that represents a word. For subordinating conjunctions, however, the only way is to memorize them. Do not worry since you only need to memorize the most common subordinating conjunctions for now. What you can do. Activity 1. Directions. Look at the acronym. Use these coordinating conjunctions to write a paragraph about your life before the COVID-19 pandemic in a separate sheet of paper. So you have F for, O for, A, and Y, yet, N, nor, S, so, B, but. The title is Life Before the Pandemic. Next, for activity 2, directions. From the given scenario, compose a coherent paragraph using the subordinating conjunctions in the table below. So, the scenario: Linda is a little girl who loves to help her parents in the household chores. However, she is born deaf. Though she is not asked by her parents to help, she would continue to work on tasks like washing the dishes, flowering the plants, etc. as her daily routine. How would you describe Linda? Use the subordinating conjunctions below when you write the paragraph in your notebook. And for your assessment, activity 1, directions, composing activity. Write a short but beautiful story about your favorite pet. In the story, use 5 coordinating conjunctions of your choice. Begin with a catchy title. Write your answer in your notebook. And for activity 2, direction. This is also a composing activity. In your notebook again, make a short narration of a favorite hobby. For example, if your hobby is planting, you can tell about the plants in your garden. How did you reproduce them? Did these plants make you happy while seeing them grow every day? This time, use subordinating conjunctions in writing the paragraph. And for additional activities, read the statements carefully and supply the correct conjunction that best suits each sentence. Do this on your notebook. Number 1, I cooked fast blank you can eat right away. Number 2, I will buy a mansion blank I get rich. Number 3, the landowner divided his land among the people blank they had been disrespectful. Number 4, he got the grand prize blank he is not happy. And number 5, he did a philanthropic act blank he has a big heart. So, that's all for now. See you next time.